What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Executives View. This is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that, man. On a Sunday night, doing a Crown Jewel recap show, and again, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives. And I got my buddy from the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast, my man Aaron's in the building. What's up, A? How you doing this evening, sir?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime, anytime. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the building, man. I got the rest of the fellas with me, man. My man Barry the Villain Jordan's in the building. What's going on, Villain? How we doing, sir?
You know. I'll see how long I can stay out and play. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be a long night, but you know, let's go.
You got to keep the wife happy. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yes,
sir.
baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Miss Jordan for letting them come out and hang, man. My man's with me, man. Steve, coach is in the building. What's going on, coach? How we doing, sir?
Same.
Yeah. Oh Lord. It's gonna be a short night, gentlemen.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Crown Jewel was okay. I'm glad everything went off. I don't know why they made those belts. They got to keep them in Saudi Arabia. All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. You out here.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much
That
it.
is the show in a nutshell, man. I wanted to get right in again, for the sake of time. I'm not going to prolong the inevitable, man. I wanted to kind of get you guys' feel on how you felt the PLE went. I have some mixed reviews. I read some mixed reviews. I kind of felt a little bit indifferent about it, but since my man Aaron is the guest in the building, I'm gonna let him bat lead off. Hey, how'd you feel, my guy?
I think it was a little bit lackluster, for lack of a better term. No pun intended. I was hoping for more. I was a little surprised that they started out hot with the bloodline match, which was what I was looking forward to personally. I think that should have been up the card a little more. I kind of lost interest after that. I knew the Cody and the Gunther match was going to be something big, but for that bloodline match to hit lead off yesterday was just, to me, was just not the right move. But you know, they make millions of dollars. They do what they do. But overall, after that, I kind of have mixed emotions about it too. It wasn't really what I thought it was going to be. I've seen better Crown Jewel pay-per-views, or PLE. Sorry, we have to use the right term.
Right.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed overall.
I ain't mad at you. I definitely kind of agree where you're coming from. Coach, talk to me, my guy. You and I have had many conversations about PLEs, man. How you feel?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was on a Saturday. You know, like one eye on this, one eye on college football, stuff like that. Because that's just me. It's just the cross section of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like for a pay-per-view to take my attention away from college football, it has to be really good, and this one wasn't really good. There were spots. It's like, you know, the blood, like Triple H and WWE has been doing this, where it's like, let's start out hot. Let's give you a main event type match first. Let's draw you in. I mean, this is they've been doing this. We've had these big matches lead off, you know, PLEs, you know, but just the flow of, you know, of the card, you know, it was okay. Again, it's like, this is just, we know what this is. This is just the Saudi people. They pay a lot of money for this. They put a lot of money. They put a lot of money into it. They give WWE Endeavor a lot of money to put this on. I mean, and that's what it is. You know, they have to do this spectacle. It's Riyadh season. We heard that 87 times. You know, during you know, it's like all these, you know, it's Riyadh season, right? You know, so it's just, it is what it is. It's just like, we talked about this on the last show. It's like, I feel like Crown Jewel shouldn't be canon. Nothing that happens at Crown Jewel should be part of the bigger picture storyline for on Raw and SmackDown. But it's like, just let Crown Jewel be its own thing by itself.
I can't be mad at it. Villain, talk to me, my guy. Crown Jewel came and went. There's been some mixed reviews about it, man. What say you, sir?
I think I agree with you guys. I think it was It had good spots. It had good moments. I think as a whole, I think it was kind of okay. I think it was like an average, right? I think it was a little better than a C, but not as good as an A. It's probably in that B range. I thought some of the matches were good. I think we'll talk about them. I don't know if you want me to talk specific matches or not, but
not yet.
yeah, I mean there were some good matches. There were some good spots. There were some poor matches. There were some poor spots. So, I think you're right. I don't feel like this pay-per-view should be considered canon. I almost feel like it's like a what if inside of the Marvel universe kind of deal. Like that's kind of how I felt about it, because you had two champions that face each other, but nothing really is at stake. So, but I like the idea of putting two champions together in a match because something's at stake. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, right? I thought overall the pay-per-view was solid. I don't think it was great. I think SummerSlam was a much better card. I think Mania was a much better card. But I think this was a better card than Bad Blood. I think it was a better card than some of the other ones we've seen so far this year. So, yeah, I think it's right in the middle.
So for me, I kind of agree with the majority with a certain caveat. If I'm gonna sit there and waste a Saturday or a Sunday to watch a PLE, the storyline has to advance somewhere. And when I watched this PLE, nothing of the storyline advanced. I mean, Cody won. Now what?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't help him with his budding feud with Kevin Owens. It doesn't help him, anything on SmackDown. Liv Morgan won with the help from Dom and Raquel Rodriguez. We didn't see Rhea Ripley come out. We didn't see anything. So nothing changes. LA Knight is still your USA champion. And again, I'm kind of bleeding in to the matches here, but LA Knight's still USA champion. What now? Nothing changes. And so
I disagree. I don't want to cut you off, but there was a comment that came in there that he thought the Bloodline feud did advance, and I think you're missing the big picture. I think the Bloodline match really advanced that storyline and got it to the point where it's going to be more or less not resolved, but you got to get to the next pay-per-view. I think I disagree because Rhea is hurt. Legit hurt. So she couldn't come out. You know what I mean? So I think you had to kind of pull her out that storyline. You kind of have to reset the women's side with Liv a little bit. So I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like there were storylines that were advanced. I think building Kevin Owens to get back to Cody advanced. I think that served its purpose. So I disagree with you on that, but I do hear what you're saying.
I mean, I personally can respect it. It just felt like, again, my man Corey said it, in the chat. This felt like a big exhibition match. This felt like a preseason, NFL game where, we're going to showcase for the Saudi people.
It's an all. Let's just call it what
exactly.
It is. Let Crown Jewel be like an all-star game. Nothing important happens. Just put on a show for the people over in Saudi Arabia, and then just let that be that.
But we've seen some pretty bad Crown Jewels, right? We've seen the DX and Brothers Destruction match that was awful, right? So from that perspective, I think this was a better Crown Jewel than we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Case can be made. Aaron, anything before we start breaking down these matches?
That's what I have comments on, so go ahead and dive in because I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
All right, go ahead. Velen, you want to say something?
No, go ahead. You're good.
All right, so we're going to start with the first one. Bloodline OG versus Timu. Bloodline all acknowledge Roman Reigns as our tribal chief. Thank you very much.
Timu Bloodline, I love it.
That match kind of went, honestly, like I thought it would. I felt as though the, Roman Reigns bloodline hadn't really developed. They kind of threw themselves together last minute. And in order for them to kind of become the new face of the bloodline, they had to, they got to figure themselves out. So this match kind of went as far as I thought it would go. But, Velen, I wanted to get your position on it. this bloodline feud is to feed families. You said it on previous shows, man. How you feel?
I thought this was a great way to open the match. I felt like there was a lot of matches. I think the U.S. title match probably could have opened the match, but I think that was the best match on the card. I hate to jump ahead, so it would have been hard to follow that one. There was a lot of good spots in that one. So I think getting to the meat and potatoes of what everybody was kind of looking for was a good way to start the match. Jacob Fatu is amazing. All right,
Yes,
that
sir.
guy can work. Like he is going to be a star. He is amazing. All right, so that's one, but. Solo is very underrated. I feel like he doesn't get enough praise for what he does. How not just in the match, but how he's controlling the bloodline. How he's really leaning into the fact that he's uniting the family. Like he's almost like that sympathetic villain that's always misunderstood, like kind of like a Doctor Doom. You know what I mean? That, my favorite villain of all time, or Magneto, right? If you looked at from different perspectives, Magneto is a bad guy, but he's right a lot of times too, right? So Sikoa is right, and he's unifying the family. We're all a united front. Like he may be above those guys, but like the way Roman ran the bloodline and kind of messing around with Jay and Jimmy to the way the Solo's running the bloodline is totally different, and you could lean into that, right? I like the idea that the new bloodline is more united than the OG bloodline. Right. And you saw that through the match, how they storytelled that with Jay really not wanting to tag in Roman and Jimmy, like, what's going on? What are we doing? And, Roman, Roman coming in for the save on Jim. But it was like, they're not there yet. And I like that because you kind of not rushed it, but you had like a week and a half of putting those guys together. And then this match came out.
That's what it is.
Yeah, this match really came out of nowhere, and I really wasn't expecting this match on the card. But I love that they put it on the card because it shows that they're not ready yet to be the bloodline and that you need time to build this back up. So, and I didn't like the Sammy, sir. I just don't. I wish there was a fourth guy that I really could invest in. And Sammy's not family, but Sammy he was one of the reasons why I started watching again because of his interaction with the bloodline, his comedy relief and stuff. So I respect it, but I just not with it. So I like the storytelling. The match wasn't bad at all, to be honest with you. I thought the storytelling in the match was really good. Like I said, Jacob I felt like the match was really slow paced, and he came in and just ignited it really fast when he got into the match and really kind of up the ante and up the stakes, and seeing him and Roman interact. So I thought it was a pretty solid match. I thought the storytelling was good. The ending was so well timed. I appreciate how well timed, the kick and the spear was. So I thought it was good. I thought for what it needed, for what the storyline needed, it was perfect.
I respect it. Aaron, talk to me, my guy. This bloodline match kicked off the PLE, man. What'd you think?
Barry hit it pretty much on the head. A couple things I just want to add to it. I think Roman eating the pin at the end was kind of the way it needed to be played out. I was surprised that they did it because usually the way we think it's not going to go that way. But basically the storytelling here is Roman needs to be humbled in order for this whole place and everything to fit back together. Absolutely. Jay kind of doing that when he refused to tag him in. So all that kind of conjoining in. I do like Barry's not going to like this probably too much, but I do like the fact that they're trying to reinsert Sammy back into this just because he's the OG bloodline. I don't know how they're going to do this building up to War Games, but I'm pretty sure Sammy's going to be involved in that match some way, somehow. The 5-on-5, I don't know what they're going to do, but just the ending of that, the wow factor, Roman eating that pin, it's kind of knocking him down a few pegs. I mean, it worked for the 3.5 years that he was the champ, but now it's time to come back down to reality. And until they all get that cohesive flow together, I think they just played it perfectly. The ending was perfect. It was a good match. I just, again, surprised it was the opening.
Thank you, old man.
Thank you, Jared, my man in the back, pushing the buttons for me. Coach, talk to me, my guy, man. This bloodline kicked off the PLE, man. What'd you think?
I mean, like, I'm not going to, parrot everything that the other guys have said, but I'm just going to throw this out there. Like, Roman Reigns is a hater, big time. Big
Yeah.
hater. You can see that hate in his eyes when Jay was making his way to the ring. I mean, Jay got a bigger pop than Roman. I
No
mean,
doubt.
my
Yes, he
ears
did.
don't lie. You know, Jay got a
Yeah.
bigger pop than Roman did, and Roman got a pretty big pop. I
And
do
he
like,
earned it.
and
And he
he
earned it.
earned it, and it's part of the storyline. It's like Jay isn't just some lackey now. Jay's his own man. You know, he can do this. It's like he doesn't need Roman. He doesn't need to sit behind Roman. It's like, no, we stand together. I don't stand behind you. You know, we're equal. You know, and that's part of the storyline where they still have to iron out the kinks in their cohesion. And like you said, I mean, I've run out of good things to say about Jacob. I mean, it's just like he puts a match to what's going on. It could be the pace and everything could be slow. When he gets into action, things it goes from 0 to 60 like that.
Chaos
Whenever
ensues.
he sets fire to a match, any match that he comes into. So I love him. Solo has been so underrated in his ring work, in his storytelling, in his promos. Like, so I think we should start giving Solo a little bit more love. I mean, he was easy to punt, like, cause we missed Roman. Roman went away. We all missed him. It was easy to just like, Solo's this Solo. Solo has been amazing. You know, and I'll say this. The OG bloodline is all disjointed. They're all trying to figure it out. They're all trying to get back together. And it's like, what's missing from the bloodline? I think Roman needs his wise man back.
That's right.
Bingo.
Because Roman can't do this himself. Because he's trying to do this himself and he can't. And I'm not sure. I wish there was more time between now and War Games to kind of like stretch this out a little bit more. I wish we had a little bit more time. And this is why Crown Jewel, like, anyway, you know, it's like I wish we had more time to kind of let this, you know, simmer between now and War Games. But I think we will see Paul Heyman reinserted into this thing. And then that's what it just be like. He's going to get to a point where he's going to like, I need my wise man back. And then, boy, Paul Heyman going to walk out there and my name is Paul Heyman.
That
But you
pop
need
is
that
gonna be
voice
crazy.
and reason, right, Zach?
I
You
might
need
cry.
that voice
I
and
might
reason.
cry.
Yeah. And you talk about a pop. When Heyman comes back through Gorilla, that's gonna be a massive pop. So I can't wait for that. And it might happen in Vancouver. It might happen maybe that Raw. Like, now, tomorrow night's Raw has been already taped.
Already taped.
It's already, whatever like that. So it's like, look, kayfabe is still alive here at the Executives U, so I won't say anything. But it's like, look, but like, whatever.
Yeah, you can't spoil it for my daughter, like Zach, right? She'll be
exactly. So I won't say anything. But it's like, I'm interested to see how Heyman gets reinserted into this, because that's the missing key. And then, of course, we have the final boss who's lurking and stuff like that. That's what I said. I wish there was more time between now and War Games, because I feel like I don't want this to be rushed. I want this to be done right. And I feel like they're going to rush it over the next couple of weeks. And I just hope they don't.
I feel like this whole thing has been rushed, which is why I understand the reason as to why this particular match kind of was first. We all understood what the assignment was. We understood that in order for this story to be told correctly, Roman and his team had to take the first L. And so I understood it. We all understood what it was. If you've been watching wrestling for any length of time, you kind of understood it.
But a clean L.
Yes.
Clean L. A mostly clean
that's
L.
The thing. It was mostly clean. And the thing is, I saw this the other day. There's only been 3 people in a long time that has pinned Roman Reigns: Solo Sikoa,
right,
Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso.
The
only 3 people that have ever pinned him clean. Everything else has been, whatever you call it. So the fact that Roman Reigns took the pin there, to your point, he had to be humbled, Coach, and this is part of the humbling process. Jay got the bigger pop, coming out last, SmackDown, and saying we're all equals. I'm not your lackey anymore. This, that, and the third. Like, Jay's laying it down, and then he eats the pin from Solo, who's going to push that and punch that in his face. throughout the whole lead up to War Games. I pinned him. I did it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out. I do think at some point Paul Heyman comes back.
Mhm.
I just don't know how and when. I do think they need a fourth member. To your point, Villain, I'm not too sure if Sammy is the guy. Because
They
of
have
how
nobody
he
else.
has. Well, and that's the thing. Like they do, but they don't. Like there's been rumors
Right.
that there's, bloodline of
They're all over the place.
Samoans.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a
Mhm.
token of Samoan lurking somewhere.
Right. So
Yeah,
A
it's
distant
like,
cousin that's
come out.
out there. I think they were talking
yeah,
about
they got the huge kid. The one kid has a bad attitude, and they're trying to like kind of calm him down. Because I guess he was like really rude to Booker T, back in the day when he was in NXT, maybe a while ago. So it's like the one kid, he's really talented but has a bad attitude. I forget his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but yeah, like the one kid who's like he's real big, tall kid.
That's Hikuleu.
You're right. You're right.
Like he's the one who's like kind of lurking, who they'll probably bring in, but it's like he got some stuff that they got to work out with him before they bring him in. He got a little bit more maturing to do.
Right, yeah, but I don't think he would fit into the OG bloodline because it's OG, right? So you're kind of boxed into Sammy. Yeah. Like you really had no choice, and I have to give it credit when his music hit, he got a pop. That's what the crowd.
I ain't gonna lie, I was yelling with my daughter.
That's what you lurk for. And my daughter's like, who is that? What is that? And I'm like, it's Sammy. You know what I mean? But it's funny what everybody's talking about and kind of alluding to. It's funny because like a year ago, I was like, can they really put Jay into the main event and really call him main event Uso? Like now I'm like, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
He absolutely that's what I mean. He's earned it, he deserves it. And you guys, we said it Friday night. We were in the group chat. He got a bigger pop than Roman did. Okay, that was Friday night, and then Saturday, same thing. Like it's not a mistake. Like when he came into the feud with Liv and Rhea, and it was like as soon as he hit, the crowd went crazy, and it's just like it's kind of snowballed from there. Like he is. Like he's over. Like I remember back when I was in high school, and it was the night after SummerSlam. You guys remember SummerSlam, Rock and Triple H ladder match? That was an incredible ladder match, right? And I was at the Raw the next day, and the Rock was big time heel, but that place
Hollywood
in Hartford,
Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, no.
This was before Hollywood.
This is the Nation.
Way before
Rock.
that.
This is the
Nation of Domination.
We're talking about 98. We're talking Nation of Domination Rock. Big time heel. This is the Raw after the Raw when he had China in the middle of the ring, embarrassed her and tried to get Mark Henry to kiss her. He had the biggest heel pop like I heard in a while. That night afterwards, that crowd was going crazy for him. Like FaceTime. I haven't seen a crowd react to somebody like that and a crowd tell you what they want since like Jay. Like we want Jay. Like you know what I mean? Like it's real. It's real.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Next match I want to talk about is the Fatal 4-Way that took place. Obviously Jade and Bianca retained, but they weren't the story.
No,
they were not the story. Lash Legend has arrived.
That's my girl.
Lash Legend has arrived, and this feud that she has started with Jade Cargill is going to be one that I cannot wait to see unfold. But let's talk about the match that ensued, as I alluded to. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. Yeah.
I love
you want to go first?
Legend. I love Lash Legend. Until mommy comes back, Lash Legend is my new boo. Oh my gosh, she was on it. Serious. First of all, Sky
bad.
They could work. Sky is amazing.
Oh, Io
That
Sky
was awesome.
Io Sky.
Io Sky is awesome.
Yeah.
Io Sky, listen, that
Yeah.
was no shade, but like I
No.
just felt like once again this was a match that was just thrown in there.
No.
Correct.
I felt like it was thrown in there, but I feel like this division is not deep, but you got 4 teams that can easily deserve the title. I love Chelsea Green. I love what she's doing, right? I think she has that real heat. Nevin is really good. She doesn't have the heat that Green has, but you put them together, they can get that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Cargill is learning with Bianca, and Bianca's kind of bringing her up. You know what I mean? And Bianca works. Bianca and Sky in the ring together is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I thought this match had a lot of good spots.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there's the tension that they're building with Cargill and Legend is really good. I think Sky in Insane are they're ready to take the belts. Yes. I really think they should take the belts. When they're ready, to break Belair and Cargill up, you give the belts to Sky and Zane.
Mm-hmm.
And then let them feud it out with whoever you want to feud it out with, maybe with Jackson and Legend for a little bit, and then you say, all right, now let's put Legend and Cargill together, preferably on SmackDown, because I think that's where you need some more. I think you need some better storylines over there. We'll get to that in a minute. But I thought it was a good match. I really thought it was a really good match.
Yeah.
I did not think it was that good. I thought it was. I could have had this match on SmackDown. I don't think it was deserving of a PLE.
Okay.
Or another, Raw, NXT, or whatever. I didn't like that they threw this together last minute on a PLE. Now, no disrespect to Damage Control, because Io Sky, as good as advertised. Obviously, I don't need to, raise ringing endorsements for Belair or Jade. Awesome. Yeah. Piper and Chelsea Green, the comedic side of those two, awesome. But it was just, we knew what was going to happen there here too. And again,
I thought they were gonna pass the belts off. To be honest with you, I really thought they were going to pass the belts off.
Here's the thing: if they were going to do it, this was the way to get it done, because they lost the 3-way at
Clash.
what they lose? So
Castle.
it was Clash of the Castle.
Clash of the Castle,
and all of us sitting here know where Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are heading. Like, I do believe that's going to be WrestleMania Day 1. I do believe that's going to be WrestleMania Day 1. You know what I'm saying? So, at some point, the belt will have to be taken off of them, and the feud between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will then ensue. I think
you could slow pace it, though, because I think the breakup happens at Rumble, during the Rumble match, right? So you can have them carry the belts into Rumble. They split or have a tiff at the Rumble, and then like they drop the belts, and then that just ignites the feud. Or you could do it before that, right? Like you could do it before that, leading into Rumble. So
we all know Triple H loves these long builds, but so it's possible. Talk to you, my guy. This 4-way, interesting.
I think that the WWE has painted themselves into a corner, for lack of a better term here. There's not many singles female wrestlers out there right now, and there's a overabundance of tag teams. Now you have Rhea down for a bit of time. Who knows when Charlotte's coming back? And I know I'm kind of dancing around this question about this match, but here's the point that I'm going with. They have to start breaking up these tag teams.
Yeah,
you have Io Sky, who's a great wrestler. You now have Lash Legend that's there. You have the breakup that can happen with Cargill and Bianca at any time. You got to split them up sooner than later. Get more singles matches in the women's division. That's really what it is. Nia, we'll get there to the other with Tiffany and all that other stuff. That's going to go stale soon. You have Bailey over on SmackDown. I think
it's stale now.
It's stale now.
But it's going to get much worse. They got to do something to change it, because otherwise it's going to be like, oh, good, they had a fatal 4-way for the women's tag titles. That's exactly how I felt yesterday. They got to split these teams up. I know they wanted to build the tag team division up, But now it's time to get some more singles female wrestlers in there. And it's a great problem for them to have. Don't get me wrong. But when you lose Becky Lynch, you don't have, Rhea, your two top dogs. The only good thing I can say about this is potentially, and I know I might be going down the line a little too far, this might give Alexa Bliss a little bit more of leverage to get herself back into the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have better singles women's wrestlers at NXT than you
Correct.
do.
Bring them up.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Bring 'em up.
Either bring them up or split these teams up and bring them up as a team to SmackDown or Raw. Because I agree with you, Aaron. I don't think you have anybody to go up against Nia, and now you have Liv kind of dangling.
Yeah.
Like I thought they would have put. I think we should jump around in the women's division because I think this is an important point.
Yeah.
I felt like they should have put Tiffy against Liv, and had her take her belt and move her to Raw, and then you have a face and heel that can work together for a little bit until Rhea comes back, and then you take because I like Naomi, but
hold on. You
Okay.
think Tiffany's a face? You think Tiffany's a face?
I think she can be.
She turn on Nia, yeah, absolutely.
You
Nia's
turn
never
on
going to be a
Nia.
face.
She turned on Nia. She's definitely a face. I mean, because again, we talk about pops and stuff like that. When she came out yesterday,
Every time
everybody lost their mind when she
my
came
daughter's
out.
going crazy.
You know,
Well,
it's like she's definitely
we're expecting the cash in at any moment. So anytime she runs down the ramp, everybody's gonna go crazy because we're gonna think it's a cash in. Like it's like the ultimate fake out.
But if you have her cash in and take them, you had two heels going against each other. Two heels. You have her cash in on either heel, she'll become a face. And I think she can. I think she can legit work it.
And people just organically hate Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're going to get her to be a face.
I love her, but I think I think her work is kind of sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's always been her Achilles heel. That's always been her problem. It's like it's the reason why she got future endeavored in the first place, because it's like it went from being sloppy to being like careless and like literally hurting people in the ring.
Yes.
Now, it's like, the whole famous like thing with Becky Lynch, like the man is like, now they did an excellent job of turning that into storyline, but it was legit. Yeah. She legit like hit her with a real punch and broke the lady's nose. So it's just like, I love Nia, but it's like she's gotten better, but it's still like she works better as a heel. And that's
100%.
That's just her thing. She works better as a heel. That's just her thing, because it's like, in the locker room, she's like the nicest person. Everybody loves Nia in the locker room, but it's just like she's a sweet person. She's the sweetest lady, but she works better as a heel. And like I said, I don't know. Like, I thought the match was great. Me honestly, I mean, it exceeded expectations, because at first it seemed like, what, to your point, serious, like, oh, this is we saw this match on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. We saw this match already, but I think
kind of the night before, right?
Yeah,
the night before,
we saw this match already, but I feel like the women stepped their game up. There were some excellent spots. The top rope spots with Legend going off the top rope, and then Kari going off. I like that spot was pretty good. Like, again, Lash Legend is legit. Her and Jackson are here. It's just like they are here. It's like you could see it. It's like, because I watch NXT as well, so it's like they were kind of outgrowing NXT. It was like, what are these women doing? They're wasting their time on NXT. They need to move them up. And the way they did it was excellent. I felt like they did it the right way, and they just hit the ground running on the main roster. And look, you want to talk about the comedic side of it? That's fine. Chelsea Green can work.
Yeah, she can.
It's like it's like, yeah. So she is the total package. She can talk. She can come with the comedy, but she knows what she's doing in the ring. She can work too. So like, Chelsea Green is the total package, and like Piper is a excellent pairing for her, because Piper can also really go. But like, oh yeah, like this match exceeded my expectations, and you can kind of see things being set up, especially like the eventual clash between Legend and Jay, which I can't wait for. That's going to be so good, because it's funny. At this point, I think Lash is probably further along than Jay Cargill is. And
that's
so
they
eventually build up to that. But it's like, look, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's like eventually Bianca Belair has to stop babysitting Jade Cargill. She's
Yeah.
gonna,
Right.
that butterfly is
training
gonna
wheels
have
off.
to spread its wings and fly.
Yeah.
And it's holding again. We talk about the state of the singles, and like you have Bianca Belair, who legit could be a champion in any one of these belts. You have her
Yeah.
literally like babysitting Jade Cargill, and eventually they'll break this up. And again, like who knows? But Charlotte's coming back. Rhea has a legit injury. It's just one of those things where, okay, when all else fails, throw them in a tag team. And I don't really like that.
Because I think Aaron hit on such a great point. You look at Chelsea can hold the belt, but she's a heel, so you can't. Who are you going to have her go against?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to kind of push her to Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Cargill needs the babysit, so Belair can't take that. I don't think Lash is ready for that main event just yet, but I think she's working to it. So it's like, where do you go right now? Like, what do you do? Like, you legit have you ran that storyline with Rhea and Liv so long, and now you almost lost your payoff because Rhea's legit hurt. So now where do you even go with Liv? Where do you go with Liv? And like Nia's kind of spoken for with Naomi, but do you really want Naomi? Like
no, I want Bailey.
And I'm tired.
Bailey.
I'm kind of tired of Bailey too. Like like Bailey.
No.
But like I'm like, if you can't give her, just do it then. Just give her the belt then. What are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I like Naomi. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a lovely.
She's talented. Yes, she's very talented.
She's very talented.
But
all the colors.
But here's the thing, and this is my last thought on this whole thing. And like, and we have been, and I say we, a lot of people on the internet have been asking for this for years. Stacy just hit on what I'm about to say. We need mid-card belts for the women.
Please.
It's like it is long overdue. Because
absolutely,
my dumb ass, when Triple H came out there to announce the Crown Jewel belt, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We finally getting a women's intercontinental champion or whatever like that. No, we're getting big, gaudy Saudi belt that whatever. And it's like, anyway, but it's like we need mid. Now, two, maybe not, but at least we at least need.
No, you need two.
Yeah, like I'll take
because you got enough talent for it now.
Yeah, they have. And that's something that in my all my years of watching wrestling, there's never been this much depth in the women's division to where you probably need a women's intercontinental champion and like a women's like US champion.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I mean, you do. Yeah.
But see, here's my thing though. They have to break up the tag teams to get it done because it's like all the women that
the women.
You know, but they're all paired together in all these.
You have the horses.
Teams chasing two chips.
But breaking up a tag team is easy. Ask the New Day. You know what I mean? It's easy to do it. Yeah, ask the Rockers. You know what I mean? I go way back. You know what I mean?
That's a slow.
All I need is a barbershop window. Yeah, I can break these girls up in a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
It don't take much to break up a tag
because all you got to do is have a tournament for these belts, and I guarantee you will break these tag teams up in a week. It'll happen. Because look, I'll tell you right now who should have these belts. It should be Chelsea Green and Sky. Those are the two girls that should have these belts right now because you need two girls that can work.
Yeah.
Like work in the ring. And these girls can do it because we all know that the Intercontinental Championship was built on two guys that can. It was a working man's belt.
It's the worker's belt. Yeah, the Intercontinental.
You had Rick Rude. Yeah. You had Mr. Perfect. You had Bret Hart. You had Shawn Michaels. You had Owen Hart. You had The Rock, Triple H. You had guys that could work. That's how you built these belts up. You can do it with these women. There's women out here that can work, and I think those are two girls, in my opinion, that deserve a belt.
So I just want to give you guys something to think about. 30 seconds here. Rhea is on the shelf again with another injury. At what point does WWE start losing faith in her and start giving her the Mike Trout treatment?
I think you have to tell her to be careful. She has to be careful with her body.
Correct, but that's her.
It's not with other people. It's with her body.
Yeah,
She
it's
got
like
herself hurt this time.
that headbutt. While it looks good, I always wince whenever she would do it, and then
I just wish she wouldn't do it.
She should never do it again.
Yep.
There's other things that she can do in the ring, and that's not one of them. Like, mommy, please come back, mommy.
Every time she would do that head, but I'm like, she's gonna break her nose, and look, it happened. So
Yeah. So moving on. The next match was better than I thought it was gonna be. Seth freaking Rollins and Big Bronson Reed. That match kind of bravo.
You didn't think that was gonna be a good match?
I had to think. I didn't know what to expect because that feud kind of again came out. I don't think it came out of nowhere after the 15 million tsunamis he took. But I didn't know how these two would work in the ring together. I didn't know how these two would work. I know Seth Rollins is uber talented. I know Bronson Reed, again, people say due to his size, we didn't know he could move that well, this, that, and the third, but that brother worked. And I said this in the group thread, I need 2 more of these.
At least 2. He's a made man now. Bronson Reed, he proved that he belonged. I mean, the Doom singlet was amazing.
I texted you, Steve. I was like, dude. I was like, he's over. He's over. That's my guy. That's my favorite rapper. So I'm like, I loved it. And you know what? I feel like I agree with you, Sirius. I would love 2 more matches, but I almost kind of don't want 2 more matches because I don't want this kind of to get boring. I think when they got to find somebody else for him to terrorize in a hot second, and I think you gotta focus Rollins on CM Punk, right? I think that's what we're waiting for. I think this was a good middle bridge to get Bronson over. I like that. You got to get the big SOB back whenever he's healthy. So. And then put these 2 together and let them go at it. But I think you're building Bronson. I feel like gold is in his future very soon. Like I think
him and Braun Breaker are gonna make some Monday.
No doubt.
Put those 2 together. You think they're ready for that right now? You think those 2 can go at it right now?
Where else do you put Bronson Reed after this though?
Yeah, because he should have been on the card, and he hasn't wrestled since he won the strap, which is kind of annoying to me. But because I feel like you got to flip Breaker. You got to flip him.
The thing with
how would you hold back up? How would you flip Breaker though?
I don't know. I feel like
it's simple.
I think you put these 2 together. I think it's the right move. But can you flip Bronson? Who can you flip faster? Who's more believable? Because I feel like
one. I don't think either one is believable at this point. Like we all was in the group thread after Breaker lost his Intercontinental Championship to Jey Uso, and and Breaker came out and was doing the whole congratulatory, kumbaya thing. He was like, "Yo, this is fake AF. There's going to be a moment."
Of course,
We know what's coming.
But you can lean into his bloodline, and you could say, dude, you're here. You only got this belt because of your daddy and because of your uncle. I had to work my ass off to get here, and that's how you flip it. I mean,
I just don't think I don't think those 2 will work well together. Go ahead, talk to me.
Okay.
So when Braun lost that title, for the brief moments that he did to Jay, that was to humble him. There was some backstage heat with him getting his head was too big. So it's to knock him down a few pegs. So now you put him in a feud. So I'm going to tie this together with the finish of the match yesterday. Bronson Reed's face at the end of that match when he was hanging up over those steps, told the story. I ain't done with you yet. I'm coming back. You can't have him beat Rollins shot number 1. So he beats Rollins the second time, earns his shot at Breaker. Bronson Reed now humbles Breaker a little bit more. Like, you are not the unstoppable force that you think you are. You got some big boys to fight with here. I don't think Strowman's going to be ready. I think that feud's still right out.
Yeah.
But I think if you get Bronson and Breaker together, you're going to have some money.
Yeah.
I think this would be, again, I think Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed will make a lot more money than Breaker, because I would have a hard time believing one of them adds a legitimate face. And you always need that face for heel.
I feel like you can. I think you can sell it at Saturday Night Main Event next month.
Yeah,
I feel like you can do that with Seth and Bronson, and then getting Punk to come back then. Mm-hmm. I think you can sell it then.
And I think that starts at War Games Survivor Series. You're going to have the match between Bronson Reed and Seth, and Punk's going to get in the middle of that somehow, and that's going to start their feud.
Yep,
which has already started. But
has already started. Yeah. I got you. Anybody want to touch this one before we move on?
No, I think it was a great match. I think Seth did a great job of getting Bronson over.
100%.
Bronson is old. He is over the moon now. Like, because that was an excellent match. He proved he belonged. Yeah.
Because you had to give him a loss, but you kept him really strong, and I think you made him stronger with the loss because of how they did it. So I thought it was great.
And Seth Rollins' reaction, even after losing, to see Bronson up there, like still looking at him, he was like, "Man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?"
Like, why do it's like he's like it's over, but Bronson's like, "Oh no, it ain't.
No, it's not."
That's what put it over.
Yeah, I ain't done yet.
Yeah. All right, good. Keeping it moving. We had the first of two Crown Jewel championships. Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. We kind of already touched on that.
We don't got
a little bit. So
I'll keep it brief because I do want to hit on it. I thought it was a bad match. It was a bad match. It just wasn't. It just didn't hit. I was glad. I was glad that Liv won because it keeps her heel heat really strong, and that's what you needed. And like it took three people to have her win that match and have Nia lose. I thought it was a bad match because Tiffy said she was going to be there, said she was going to cash in, and another week goes by and nothing happened. I feel like they're just really dropping the ball with Tiff, and that's where I question what Triple H is doing with Tiffy. Like, I'm ready for her to cash in. What are we doing? Like, it's getting to the point every pay-per-view she's ready to cash in and nothing happens. It's getting to be boring. And I'm just glad that this was Crown Jewel, a one-off that didn't happen because I don't want to see Liv and Nia in the ring anymore. We're good. Moving on. Find something else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this, and like I said, I don't want to say much about it. It's like I kind of figured I knew what was going to happen with this. I mean, Nia already went over in Saudi by winning Queen of the Ring, so I didn't think. I mean, I didn't think she was going to win. I was like, whatever. But like, we've seen like these multiple fake cash-ins before. That's nothing new. But this one seems different to me, guys. It seems like, okay, like, all right, okay. Like Seth Rollins, we talk about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins held on to the briefcase for almost a whole year. He almost ran out of time. He almost ran out of time to cash it in.
So did Damian Priest. Priest held it for a while.
Yeah. So it's like we've had these situations, and it's just like it seems like it's already like run its course where it's like, okay, when is she gonna cash in? All right, let's move this storyline along here. Because we see what's happening with this. Because I think they pulled the trigger too quick on the dissension between Tiffany and Nia. They should have let that build a little bit more because they went to that. They ran that play a little bit too quickly. And now it's getting stale. Like I said, congrats to Liv. Something that Sirius mentioned is like it was good to see Liv kind of break character a little bit in the post presser, because I mean, like that. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the ring, but the ring is awesome.
That's awesome.
The belt is stupid. The belt staying over there is not going anywhere. The belt is dumb. It's stupid because they just would have been like, hey everybody, and whoever wins the Crown Jewel match gets this ring. And I think everybody would be like, "Oh, that's cool." Instead of like the white glove treatment, like it's not the goddamn Stanley Cup; it's the fucking stupid like crown. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's the in-season tournament.
Like, like it's the goddamn Stanley Cup or something like that. It's like get the fuck out. Like I'm sorry for but it's just like that was irking me so bad. It's like stop it, okay? Like for real. But that's my time on that.
Yeah, honestly,
she's had a really good year, so I think she deserves it. To be
honest, she definitely deserves it. She deserves it like hell. But it's just like I'm more so speaking to like just it's just like I was getting so annoyed with just like it's not the goddamn Stanley Cup. It's just it's the Saudi oil money belt. Look. Can we fit any more diamonds and stones into this big gigantic belt? It's just like the rings are awesome though.
The rings are awesome.
Yeah,
the rings are awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're moving right along. The Nets match, if you want to call it a match, never took place. This Kevin Owens, Randy Orton thing was electric from the moment go. And I'm here for it all. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to kind of talk about it a little bit. Coach, talk to me, man. KO has snapped, and I'm here for it.
So here's the thing. We talked off air about this for a while now. It's like, okay, I didn't think this was gonna happen, but I knew it was gonna end with big spot, Orton's down, can't get up, or whatever like that. Kevin Owens has the history of the turnbuckle powerbomb. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Randy could actually get legit hurt if they do that spot. So, and the man who has ride his back, he could get legit hurt again doing that spot. So I'm like, they probably won't do that. And the way they did it was great. But yeah, this was chaos. This was chaotic. This was a fight. This wasn't, it wasn't a match. I mean, I think that's something that we did expect. Kevin Owens, has, like you said, he's kind of went off the deep end with this. He snapped. And now it's interesting to see with Orton out, out of the way with no one to quote unquote protect Cody Rhodes. So now I'm seeing with like how Kevin Owens like approaches Cody Rhodes now. So I liked it. I like the unpredictable like nature. Just like, hey, the match hasn't even started yet because this wasn't a match. This was like Kevin Owens is in his feelings and he was going. And again, like I love the angle of like unhinged Kevin Owens because honestly, I think this is the better version of Kevin Owens. That's always been my opinion. Is like unhinged heel Owens is the best Owens.
I said this in the group chat. I didn't know how I would feel about this KO turn, and Stacey and I talk wrestling all the time, and I mentioned it to her. I didn't know how I felt about this KO turn. I'm here for it now. I'm here. I woke up. I'm here. Hey, talk to you, my guy, man. This match, if you want to call it that, never took place, but we all saw this coming. Where's your head at, my guy?
So I'm going to give you my take on this. I don't know if you guys watch our wrestling show at all, but this is what I explained last week. Kevin Owens wants to be heard. Kevin Owens is always saying this. No one ever listens to him. The thing that happened after Bad Blood outside of the bus was recorded by one single fan. That was by design.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I'm saying that. There's going to be some dash cam footage or some shit that shows up from inside that bus that shows Cody saying something that's actually Cody's heel turn. And people are actually going to believe Kevin at that point. And that's going to spin Cody's heel turn. That's going to make Kevin be like, yo, now maybe y'all listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to make Orton look like an ass in this whole situation.
I like it.
So you think Cody's about to turn?
100%. I think Kevin's frustration is no one's listening to him. And that's why he's off the deep end and Cody's heel turn is on the way. Because again, you got to get that strap off of Cody at some point soon. Because long term down the road, Cena's going to be wrestling for that title at Mania to break Flair's record.
Yeah.
Huh. Neat.
I hope not, but yeah.
I like it. I like that. Yeah, that's
today.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm sorry, I like it. I like it.
Okay. I want to expect that from you, sir. All right.
Aaron
So,
cooking with that. He cooking. He hooping with that one.
yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think what everybody's forgetting, and Aaron's hitting on it, but I think he's kind of holding back on it a little bit. I think Cody made a deal with the devil. I think he made a deal with the final boss. That's where that's where you're gonna go with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you bring The Rock back, and you remember The Rock, remember the final boss before he left for his hiatus, whispered something.
And
it's like, and it could be like, don't forget what I did for you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, some shit like that, you know?
They did reveal what they said, and Cody said this in an article the other day. We're going to make both our daddies proud.
That's right. That's right. So, honestly, like, that's where you got to go. But, like, my daughter would be heartbroken because she loves Cody right now. So I got to get her.
He's going to break the hearts of so many little girls.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
It's going to be great because heel Cody.
My son is going to go nuts right now. My son is going to scream when that happens.
If I'm correct, I'm going to shoot my shot at this, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Because even if you don't, because I don't think Cena is going to be selfish enough to main event WrestleMania for the belt. I don't really think he would do that at this point in his career. I know John's a good guy, and I feel like he doesn't feel like he needs a belt to be legitimized. Like, he went back and took a U.S. title. He didn't care.
I don't think Cena's going to be the one. It's going to be they're going to push Cena to bust that record before he retires.
I honestly don't think that's where it's going to go. I don't. I really don't. John is going to do a couple of things. Wrestle who he wants to wrestle one more time, and he's going to use his platform to elevate somebody, right?
Absolutely.
But now, I think you're going to flip it. You're going to have Cody and Roman one more time, but Roman's the face and Cody's the heel, right? And the boss is going to be in Cody's side and not Roman's side. So I think that's where you're going with it. But back to KO.
Oh my God, y'all killing me right
KO is so good. I told you, serious.
It's his
so
best
good.
form. It's his best form.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I root for him because he's really good and he's really underrated, sometimes underused. But I don't root for him because I want him to be a face. I root for him because, like, I know he can work as a heel, and I think he's much better. So I think heel KO, unhinged KO, dangerous KO is so much better, and Randy can pull it off with him because Randy was that guy. Randy was that dangerous guy. Remember with the punt? Randy was that guy that you didn't want to be around.
Bald Randy Orton was a menace.
He was a menace. So you flip that and like Randy's like, you remember who I was, and now no, this guy's much crazier. So two things. I think unhinged KO can get you to Royal Rumble with Cody, and Stacy, you need to be on the show. She needs to be on the show. Where is she? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Sister, I've been trying to get her on here for a minute. She faking right now.
Stacey is absolutely killing it, man. Like,
she's cooking right now. Stacey, you need to be on the show. Stacey, stop fronting. All right. But no, I love this. So this is exactly what you needed. Like, I feel like the match that he had with Cody was good, but it was just like you didn't get that KO that you needed. Now you're gonna get that KO that you needed. Now the stakes are much higher.
Yeah, exactly. Because that match was like, we're still friends. It's almost like, hey, Cody's like, hey, I'm gonna throw you a bone since you've been up.
Right.
But now KO feels some kind of way. Like I said, like Kevin Owens, this. You know, I have to go to this kill KO kill, this fight KO fight.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to. I'll go back to that kill Steen kill. You know what I'm saying? It's like that version is what I love. It is what drew me in to him, into his work. So like, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm ready for a heel Cody though.
We got this guy's brain spinning in a million different directions.
Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me.
Yeah, take you a
But
shot of Wheatley. It'll make you feel better about this.
Okay, so with that being said, the triple threat match with LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade, I think was the best match of the night.
Match of the night.
You talk about cooking.
That was the best match of the night.
Yeah,
LA
I thought they all pulled off really good spots. That reverse off the turnbuckle was insane.
Insane.
I'm sorry. I told you. I'm not a LA Knight guy. I feel like he's like a cheap. He's like the Dollar Tree version of the Rock and Stone Cold to me. Like but I respect his work. I think he's worked his behind off to get to this point. Like you can't deny that.
He's so over.
But like but like to me, like Carmelo deserves his shot. I think he's a really good heel, and he works. Like his ring work is like he doesn't miss spots. He doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Like the three of these guys just made each other so much better. Like it was
Mello don't miss. Mello don't miss. Like
the ball
literally,
don't lie.
Mello don't miss. Like no. Kid's amazing. It's like let me jump in here real quick because I'll just keep like it short and sweet with this. I hate that AJ Styles got hurt because like then you could have put AJ Styles into this, and then you could have really been cooking because like those four being kind of intermingled and kind of like interchanged and stuff like that would have been great, and you could see where they were going with that. But like, man, look, some people don't like it. I could watch an Andrade and Melo match every week on SmackDown. I don't care.
Yep.
Give me every week. Put those boys out there, and I will watch it every week. I don't care because they work so well together. And then you inserted LA Knight. I mean, it's like LA Knight, like I mean, the double BFT in the match was like
insane.
Insane like spot. You know, it's just like three guys who are really good, who really know what they're doing in the ring, and it's good to see guys in the ring who can all kind of keep a line, align themselves and kind of keep a match moving. You know, it's like, because usually in matches like this, you have one guy who's kind of quarterback in the match, whatever like that. You can tell those guys got together and said, you know what, let's go out there and hoop. You know, and they did. It was the best match of the night. I think not even close. Just now, I'm just like, what now for LA Knight? Because he's already had matches with the other two guys. So then, like, do you bring Paul back? I mean, like
no,
I
don't want to see that.
I don't want. Nobody wants to see that. It's like I'm just interested to see where everybody thinks like, what do we do now? What do we do now with these guys? Because I mean, I feel like this story has kind of reached its end or whatever. Like, I don't know what else you can do with this. It's kind of like that was the payoff. So then, like,
I hope not.
What do you do with these guys, like, moving forward? Especially like with LA Knight as the champion. It's like, what do you? I mean, do you send who Adam? You know, it's like because we're going into a situation, guys, where it's like with Netflix looming, it's going to be very fluid. People are going to be moving back and forth between these. You know, like, you know. So I'm interested to see. You can already see it starting now, where people are just kind of moving back and forth between shows, and it's like you know, draft be damned. It's like the draft got recon like 2 weeks after it happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like retcon. I said recon, like retcon, like two. You know, so it's like we'll see what happens, but it's like I'm interested to see with these three guys who each three of them are individually talented. Andrade is ridiculous. Melo's crazy. You know what he does, and then like LA Knight, whether you like him or not, he's over, and he works. He works well in the ring. So
he works. He misses some spot. He gets a little sloppy sometimes. He does miss some spots.
I mean, but he missed a pretty big spot in the match yesterday. You know, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on with those guys moving forward.
You know what's funny though, real quick before you go, sis, like Andrade and Carmelo remind me of Flair and Steamboat. They just work together. They're like peanut butter and jelly together. like you could see they know each other so well. Like they just do everything together so well. So I definitely want to give those two props. Like my daughter's like, who's that Carmelo? Are we supposed to not like him? He's pretty good. Like he's really strong. Like she's just like, I'm like, well, girl,
out of the mouths of Dave, man. Out of the mouths of Dave.
Yeah, but they work together. So I honestly, I'm just waiting for Jimmy. I'm just waiting for Jimmy to take the belt. That's where I see it going.
You think Jimmy takes it?
Yep. I think that's where it's going to head. I don't think anytime soon, because I still think you got the bloodline thing. But once the OG bloodline is kind of solidified and everybody's on their equal plane, I think Jay's going to get his belt back, and I think Jimmy's going to want his singles title, and I think he's going to get his U.S. title. That's what I think.
Huh?
Because I think he's over. You couldn't do any worse by giving him the belt, right?
I don't think Jimmy's over yet.
Not yet. He's close.
I think Jay obviously is
Jay, yeah.
All the way over. I don't think Jimmy's over yet.
I think next year Jay gets his big belt.
I think Jay competes and goes for the heavyweight joint, but
I think he goes after Gunther next year.
No, I don't think Gunther holds it that long. I don't think Gunther holds it that long.
I do.
No.
No.
We'll see.
I think either CM Punk or Seth gets it off Gunther, but that's another conversation for another day. Hey, talk to me, man. This triple threat.
So
is insane, man. Talk to me.
I'll be quick with this. There's a little bit of foreshadowing for me at the beginning of the match when you had Carmelo and you had Andrade going at it, and LA Knight was kind of staying in the corner, and even the commentator said LA Knight's smart. He just got to stay out of the way and pick a spot. Mm-hmm. Those two guys carried this match. Sorry, LA Knight to me was a little lackluster in it. Those two guys had all the good spots. Yep. They carried the match for him. I still am a little disappointed in how they handled LA Knight. I know what they did with the long-term storytelling with Roman and Cody. I still think they should have pulled the trigger on LA Knight way back when he was at the height of his hotness there and had Roman drop the belt to him there. Mm-hmm. Problem solved. Cody can still finish his story later on, but they totally mismanaged LA Knight. They have too many issues. This brand split's got to go away. Let these people travel back and forth to each show. Then you don't have those exclusive matches. You can mix it up really good. Mm-hmm. I think the draft was one of the dumbest things they could do.
Dumb.
But that's my piece on that match. I think that Carmelo Hayes and Andrade carried that for LA. It was a great match. Yeah. I'm not surprised to see him retain. I'm interested to see what the future brings for him too.
Again, I don't know if it was Steve or Barry who said it. This whole Netflix thing is going to have stars going back and forth and doing things on different shows and different networks, or different brands. So I do agree with the whole, we need to go ahead and 86 this whole, this is on SmackDown and this is on Raw and only people on Raw can compete for this. And that's dumb. And I think hopefully that's where Triple H and those guys go with it. The final match of the evening was a hell of a match. I'm not gonna hold you. I felt Gunther and Cody. If you're a fan of just old school mano-a-mano matches, this was it. Like the way these two work together, which was weird because like they don't work together regularly. You know what I'm saying? Cody's on one brand, Gunther's on another brand, but the way these two kind of worked was chef's kiss. Mm-hmm. Was the chef's kiss. Now, I did hear some reporting that that the way it ended was kind of lackluster, if you will, with the roll up into the pen. But I loved every second of this, and I want to give you guys opportunity to kind of talk it through. Villain, talk to me, my guy.
Dude, that roll up was awesome. Like that had me shades of Survivor Series.
It's Bret Hart.
97.
Yeah, it was a
like
Bret Hart roll up.
That's the first, like Stone Cold when he got that sleeper hold, he had to do the $1 Million Dream, and Brett walked the turnbuckle and flipped it over, and that overconfidence got the best of him. So Gunther's overconfidence got the best of him, and Cody outsmarted him. I thought that was great. Like, these guys, these dudes, they don't understand real storytelling in the ring. They don't understand how awesome that was back in the day and how that story like finished off. So I thought these two worked really well together. I thought they had a really good match. I was surprised how good the match was. I didn't know that they could work this well together. I think Gunther is, I love him as a champ. I really do. I think people don't. I do. I really think he's a strong, annoying heel. Like, you don't have a lot of that. And I think the problem is that he has a couple guys on Raw that can go with him in a match. You got Seth, you got Punk, you got McIntyre, you got Priest. Yeah, Cody don't got that. Cody don't got anybody on SmackDown. That's a problem. Like, if I'm them, I'm moving.
He has Roman,
but Roman's not there yet. You got Roman and Solo together with the Bloodline. There's nobody.
But I mean,
you know what I mean? So you had to bake KO to give him a strong, or just anybody to work with, a program to work with. Like, it right now, you got with Gunther, you can put anybody with him, but Gunther can make it work. Like, he had a really good match with Priest Holmes, right? I'm Priest Holmes. I mean, it's Damian Priest. I had
Damian Priest.
Yeah, Damian Priest. He had a really good match with him. That, you know what I mean? So, I listen. Sticking to this match, I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was a solid way to end the show. It was a good way to get an in and out program. Like, it's not a long program. Like, you're welcome. Like, it's not a long program. It's not something you're gonna have over a couple pay-per-views. It's a quick story, in, out, boom. What if two champions fought against each other? What happens? Boom, you're done. Like, now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel you. Coach, talk to me, my man. This match was awesome. How do you feel?
Look, I wrote in my notes real big underneath this match, real graps. That's what this was. This was real graps. Like, this is it's refreshing. It's like Gunther's so good. Like, I love Gunther. People like whatever, boring, slow, whatever like that. No, like what we saw between these two guys. We saw a professional wrestling match, guys.
Ring psychology.
Okay.
Ring psychology.
We didn't see sports entertainment. That was a professional wrestling match. Cody Rhodes and Gunther are professional wrestlers to the highest meaning of the term. That was not a sports entertainment match. Now, again, boring, whatever like that. Yeah, because you're used to sports entertainment. For old school people like us, that was a pro wrestling match, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. And again, it's like, should it be canon? No, but it was just, I wasn't surprised at the chemistry because you have two guys who can go. Two of the best guys in the business. It probably didn't take them long to build that chemistry to go out there and go the way they did. And yeah, I loved the ending. Some people didn't. It was a good wrestling match. And you knew Cody was going to win because of course, whatever, but it's just like the build-up. It's just like Gunther just threw everything at him. He emptied the clip, so to speak, and Cody still wins. And Cody won by outsmarting him. And it's like, I think the visual of Cody outsmarting the ring technician, the guy who is at the pinnacle of the sport. I think that was a beautiful way to put that match together and to end it. And like I said, it was an amazing match. I would love to see those guys hook up again somewhere down the line, but who knows if it might happen. But man, it was a professional wrestling match. And it's just like, it made me want to go back and like watch like an old, like Super Brawl or like it made me want to go back and watch
arcade,
like an old arcade or something like that. No problem. I love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
And one thing I gotta add to, Coach. Please don't give me Gunther versus Goldberg. Please don't do it.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
That's happening.
It's happening.
And Gunther deserves better than that. He really does. But you're gonna get it because Goldberg has to have this match with they already set it up with Gunther talking, hey Bill, I got 3 minutes for you, which was such a bar. That was so good. I was like,
Goldberg's so out of his league with Gunther because Gunther can own him on the mic. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, like it was an amazing match, and it was a good way to end a lackluster card, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, talk to me, my man. The main event was pretty good. How you feel?
Real quick, typically when you do a champion versus champion match, one of your champions ends up looking really weak. This was brilliant booking by their ends. We said it 100 times. Cody outsmarted Gunther, which is very good. Ring psychology, the whole nine. I liked how the match was booked, and it didn't make either one of them look bad in whatsoever. So I liked how it ended. It was a good match.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. My little brother said he's thinking that it's going to be a Goldberg versus KO. Okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah, like how he did Stone Cold's last match. I like it. But he already went on TV and said he's going to do the match. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to see Goldberg.
He just
I don't
needs
even
to
like
retire.
seeing his old matches on Instagram for 2 minutes, like not even 2 minutes, like a minute stream. Like I don't even want to see those.
Your glory days are over.
Goldberg goes for the spear. Gunther sidesteps it, puts him in the sleeper. Good night. Have a good one.
Yeah, please.
Good night. Have a good one.
Yeah. So that was the whole card, man. Again, I think I kind of know where you guys' head is at, but if you wanted to give this card a letter grade with A being the best and F being horrible, Villain, where's your head at, bro?
I give it a B minus.
B minus. A, where's your head at?
Oh, strong.
Go ahead.
No, good. No, you
strong C. Strong C.
Coach.
C plus.
You guys are grading on the curve, and I respect it. This was a D PLE for me. I just felt as though things were thrown together. I felt as though, again, my own opinion, I felt that this PLE didn't really advance in the storyline for me. I get the bloodline angle that you alluded to, Coach. Not Coach, but Villain. I get the bloodline angle. I felt as though this was a glorified exhibition, and it kind of felt as such. And for us here, that kind of pay attention to storyline and tune in every week to SmackDown and Raw and NXT and watch all these PLEs. I just felt as though this was a very thrown together lackluster PLE for me. I don't get it twisted. I watched it, you know what I'm saying, and I was at a funeral when I started watching this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just felt as though this was poorly booked.
I think part of the problem is they have too many of these PLEs. They're too soon. Yeah. They don't have time to build stories. They're just throwing it in. Let's get more money. I respect that, but to your guys' point, make them exhibitions where nothing means nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I said, literally, like I said at the beginning of the show, let Crown Jewel be like an all-star game type thing. Yep. And then nobody has a problem with Goldberg versus whoever or whatever like that. Nobody has a problem with if you want to have Jake Paul jump off a building and do a backflip and whatever, nobody has a problem with that. Just make it what it is. It's an exhibition. It's the Saudis trying to show off their wealth, and I'm not gonna even get into all that. But it's like, let it just be what it is. It shouldn't be canon. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more. Crown Jewel, let it be like an all-star game, and it shouldn't be canon. Nothing regarding the bigger picture storyline should happen at Crown Jewel.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the time that you should have had a Goldberg retirement match, if you were going to do it.
Yeah.
And those Saudis love their legends.
Yeah, not at WrestleMania.
Or the first Cena match in his retirement tour. Like,
yeah, that's what I would have done.
Someone who has been working their ass off, who deserves a match at WrestleMania, isn't going to get a match at WrestleMania because of Bill fucking Goldberg. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Always do.
I mean, listen. I reluctantly watched Goldberg when I was in high school, and I couldn't wait to turn the channel back to Raw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just, the guy can't work, man. He can't, and
He's done.
He was always he was never over. He didn't know what he was doing. He was sloppy. He's dangerous, and like I just
So
Yeah.
why would you put him in the ring with Gunther?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, money.
I wouldn't. Like they, money. You know what I mean?
You got to get those people that pay the tickets just to see for him.
Like I said, Goldberg was what he was. He came in at the right time. He was the right guy at the right time when all that happened. Is like, look, Bret Hart is probably my favorite wrestler of all time. So it'll always be on site for Goldberg for what he did to Bret Hart. So it's like, that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just, it's like, Bill Goldberg can just he can go away. He can go fix on his cars and do his thing, stuff like that. We don't need one more match from you, Goldberg. Nobody.
It's just money at this point, and I'll leave it at that because I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go get yelled at. But I mean, like he never had
You
a
are.
passion for the. Yeah, I am in for it. He never had a passion for the business. I remember him getting booed out of the Garden in WrestleMania 20, the WrestleMania that nobody talks about because of that.
Because everybody knew they were both leaving. That was the worst match ever.
They were both leaving. But you knew why he was leaving because he didn't give a damn. You know what I mean? And that's the guy that. Like, that's the guy I will always remember. Not the guy that came back in 2013, whenever he came back.
Squash match with Lesnar.
The squash match and get the belt. And like, it's just a guy that just did it for the money and because he couldn't play football anymore. That's the guy that I remember.
Yep. So. Well, with that being said, I'm going to get you guys out of here. Hey, thanks for coming by, kicking with us, man. Give me a plug and turn it down, my guy.
Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate the time. I appreciated hanging out with you. It was a good time. Anytime either one of you guys want to come on and hang out on our show, you're more than welcome. There's an open invite. I'd love to come back and hang out.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You're coming back for War Games. You're already booked. We got and we got a seat. We got a seat for Stacy. You're coming in, girl.
Yeah,
coming in hot. Good news.
Yeah, we can fit Stacy in like right here, like right.
Put it right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, like
right in the middle. You know what I mean?
Thanks so much for coming by. Hey, man, love you. Appreciate you, man. I'll be checking out your show. I think tomorrow you guys do your show, so I'll be popping in while you guys doing your show, man. Shout out to you, man, and shout out to Nothing for Deep Thoughts, man. Villain, let me get you out of here, man. You know what to do, man. Give me a plug in and shut it down, big guy.
Lacey Lash is my new favorite, but I love my wife. I'm out.
Oh,
deuces.
Yo, Steve, man, you know what to do, man. Give me a plug and shut it down, big dog.
All right, man. Look, y'all know how it is. It's like we go everything from football to wrestling. If you see the link, share the link. These shows are fun because it's like we all love sports, but the passion that we all have for wrestling is cool. So we'll do this in a couple of weeks after War Games. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sirius repping now 412 and a 703. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to be able to do this with you guys on a week-to-week basis. Again, thanks to my friends at Nonsense and Deep Thoughts, man. Looking forward to doing more shows with them, man. My man Jared behind the ones and twos, pushing all the buttons, making everything pop up on screen for you guys, man. So thank him for helping me out, man. My man Aaron. Again, I managed to find a Bills fan I like, man. Pray for me, please. Pray for me, please. With that being said, shout out to Corey in the chat, man. Looking forward to partnering with you guys, man. Stacy, man, my big sis, man. Little Brian Jr., my little nephew, my little bro, man, doing big things, man. Yo, check this out. Tomorrow night, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers recap show. My father and a slew of other cats are going to be sitting on this very program, talking about the first half of the Pittsburgh Steelers 2024 season. I'm going to go ahead and preface by saying this now. It will get heated. Another note, Tuesday's show has been pushed to Wednesday. We want to make sure that everybody who has not had the opportunity to get out there and vote. We here at the Executives, we do not tell you who to vote for. We don't push politics. We just want to make sure that you exercise your right, go out and vote. So we're not going to have a show on Tuesday to give everybody enough time to go do that. We will reconvene on Wednesday with your normally scheduled programming. With that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.